25 CR 1341 is called, the state of Texas versus Jackson Fund.
Yes.
I hope I'm saying that.
Yes.
As you know, you're charged with the third-degree felony of theft, which carries with it, if convicted, up to 10 years in prison. So it's very serious.
Today's case is about a man who was already on probation, yet he got caught in a new $30,000 fraud case. And that too in a city where he doesn't even live. This clearly shows one thing: he is not an ordinary criminal. It seems like he has no fear, and he commits crimes easily wherever he wants. At first, it looks like just another theft case. But as John Stevens starts asking questions, the story begins to change. Multiple counties, unclear supervision, months of delay, and the biggest issue, no one clearly knows who was monitoring this man. From here, the case is no longer just about one defendant, it becomes about the system. Because when someone commits another crime while on probation, the question is not only about him, it's also why the system failed to stop him. And when the prosecution confirms that he was already on felony probation, the matter becomes even more serious. According to the law, such cases can lead to stricter punishment. But still, why is there so much confusion? Now the real tension starts. If multiple agencies are involved, but no one has full control, then who is responsible? So what do you think? Is it only the defendant's fault, or is the system failing somewhere too? Watch till the end, because this case is not just about a decision, but a big question on the whole system.
Let me ask you, are you still living in Las Vegas? That makes one of us. 9235. So what are we going to do today? An announcement. What's our plan? Are we trying to resolve it without a trial?
We've had some discussions, Judge. I've given an offer.
Okay, it's over half a year old. So what do we do?
That's
Trying to conferring with the prosecutor.
Ma'am? I'm sorry.
Trying to conferring with the prosecutor.
Okay, what do we do next? What's our next?
Judge, there's co-defendants. The other one is scheduled to make an appearance today. I've asked for them to stay on the same docket. If probably because of the age and the type of case this is, I would suggest placing it on the 12th.
Again, we go on the trial docket, we go to trial, and that's the way it is. Now, it's a backlog, but we tried, according to the internet, more trials than anyone else has ever tried. So that's what we do, is try cases. If we put it on, we'll just, I don't want it to throw on the trial docket and languish, and then.
If you want to give them one more setting to determine.
Well, it's been a half a year. Everybody's had enough time to figure it out. You know
I
which
just
way
made
you
a
want.
formal offer today. If you want to give them some time to consider.
What is the plan?
I've offered them a cap of 5 years.
Oh, I see.
Does
Does the defendant have a
particular
criminal
individ-
history?
He does. He's actually on deferred probation out of Harris County. And
Okay, it's deferred. He's not been convicted,
no, sir.
right?
Yeah.
For what?
The actual
Curious.
charge is tampering with a government record. He ended up pleading. That was the original charge. He ended up pleading and took it as an attempt to commit, resulted in it being a felony third degree. He was placed on 4 years probation. That actually occurred 4 months before this particular offense, and that's the reason why I'm not offering him probation.
Because he was on probation.
Yes, sir.
When this allegedly occurred.
Yes, sir.
I'm a little fuzzy about something here. I've got this packet of papers here dated March 17th about the defendant's supervision in Harris County, Texas. And I'm not sure. I'm reading this. I'm not sure how. Have you read this?
No, sir. I have not.
I'm not sure how to take this. I'm not sure if I'm happy or concerned about what I'm reading here. And it may be just the way it's typed by the person who types, who may not be appreciating the way the wording is used, but everybody gets to read this. That's in the file, and it's concerning monitoring. And it's the way I read this is almost as though Harris County is going to dictate to me how the defendant should be monitored, which is not even close to reality. I don't understand why they would infer that. Maybe I'm reading that wrong, but this court's not going to be bound by anything Harris County does unless this court approves of it. And I don't, maybe that's just the way they write things, and it can be read incorrectly, but Are there any issues about any type of monitoring that we need on this? Oh.
Judge, I'm looking for the clause number so that I
What
can.
bothers me about it is comes into this city, is not from this city, from Las Vegas of all places, and is according to the allegations in the indictment, attempting to embezzle or steal money in a scheme of deception on the west end of the town here. And there are some things I just don't understand about why someone from Las Vegas decides to come into this city to victimize. That's a bothersome thing. I'm not through, please. And I want to know as much about him so that the people in this city, this county are safe from outsiders who decide that we are ripe for victimization. I don't like that. And we're not talking about a small amount here. This is a third degree felony theft, which means the value is $30,000 or more. Plus, we've got a Harris County case that is pending where the defendant had a criminal matter dealt with there. Are there any counties? It's been a half a year. Nothing's moving. I'm going to move one way or the other on this. Are there any conditions that we need to add to the defendant's pre-trial supervision to ensure the safety of the community?
I apologize, Judge. I don't know what the current conditions of his bond are.
I don't either, really. The only thing I know is that there's a $100,000 surety bond here
Yes.
in the file. But
So between the two defendants, this is the only individual that has a record. And I have genuine concerns that this offense is committed while he just started a probation out of Harris County. I do appreciate that they at least ordered a monitor.
What was the-
Like you, I
what was
don't
the
like them
offense?
trying to dictate your terms.
yeah, what was the offense out of Harris County again?
It started out as a second degree
Oh.
tampering with records, but he ended up pleading to a third degree and attempt, and they placed him on 4 years deferred
Can you
probation.
tell me a little more? What are the records?
I don't know anything about it, Judge. I just know what was reported to me on the NCIC report that we have.
Do you have an indictment from it?
No, sir, I do not. I don't have anything other than a clause number and what the end result was. I'm going to need to reach out to Harris County to find out more information.
You do have a GPS device on you? Is that being monitored out of Harris County or?
Yes.
On conditions, Judge, that we have a system, you can take his monitoring.
He used to have a GPS from Jefferson County, and then
He ended up having two of them then, right?
now he only have one because Harris County cut off the Jefferson County one.
They did what?
They cut off it.
Oh,
Here's the thing, Judge.
yeah. Well,
Since
let
he
me ask
was
you this, why, we're gonna get into this. Did they do it without our permission, without our knowledge? That's kind of rude if that would happen, and that would be very unprofessional, but I don't think that's what happened.
since this my
And I can understand you don't need two GPS devices if responsible monitoring is being done by one or the other. But the point is that we don't know what Harris County is doing. They could dismiss their case tomorrow and then the GPS falls off and then we don't have a GPS. What I want to know is to make sure that the defendant is being monitored
yes.
at all times. And if there's a change in the monitoring, we have a professional courtesy, just a right to know, since Harris County is aware there's something here in Jefferson County that's pending, and us for Harris County. That's all. Just want to make sure that we're all on the same page. And if there is a change, all parties are to know about it as soon as possible,
Yes.
so that he doesn't fall through the cracks, as it were. That's all. And that's not a lot. That's not anything to ask for. That's only the right thing to do.
Maybe inquire as to his probationary terms, where those are monitored, whether that's here in Harris County or if it's been transferred to the other state.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Does he come to Harris County to report, or is he courtesy supervision in Las Vegas? Do you know? From Harris County. Did Harris County transfer it over to Las Vegas for Las Vegas people to monitor? Or does he have to come into Harris County every month? I don't think that would be logical. Right?
Yeah. I think he was monitored by his probation was transferred to Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I mean, courtesy supervision, that's normal. So they're the ones, Las Vegas monitors. The only issue is that the monitoring from Jefferson County needs to be aware that if there's an issue, they and Las Vegas monitoring need to communicate and have open lines of communication so that if there's a change in the status in any way, we don't find out about it a year later. We find out immediately, since Jefferson County. And I'm going to ask you if you'd be so kind, ma'am, to make sure that is done, because I can say, I'm not going to let him be curt. I'm going to do it now, but as long as we stay in communication. If we don't, then he's going to have to come into Jefferson County every month to report, which I'd rather not do. But I have, but we're not, and the communication lines are connecting with each other. Everyone needs to be in the same, on the loop, please. And we need to get this accomplished immediately so that there's not a lapse in our supervision. Because if something happens, if he's not following the rules in Las Vegas, how do we know? We have to trust Las Vegas to tell us. And if they're not going to be willing to do that, then he's going to come over here and report every month, which is not practical.
Yes.
That's not what I want to do.
Thank you, Judge.
Let's get it 2 weeks to figure this out, okay? And I just want to know, he didn't have to be here. Everybody needs to know about everybody being on the same page.
The Harris County probation is 4 years probation, so they're not gonna dismiss the case in a short time.
Understand?
Yeah, so he will be.
Understand, but I just don't want,
Yes.
I just want Jefferson County to make sure that we know if something happens in Las Vegas, we don't find out about it a year later. We need to know immediately if it affects our supervision over him. And what do you want to do on your next event? What's the next event? Do we put it on the trial docket, or do you want a few more weeks to try to figure this out? It's your call. Because it's a half a year old, but I can give you some more time.
How about reset one more time?
Okay.
Yeah.
How much time?
1 or 2 months, please.
How about, is 5 weeks good?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
that was good.
Okay, we said 5 weeks. Thank you for the announcement.
Thank you.
Okay.
In the end, Judge John Stevens doesn't rush to a final punishment, but he makes one thing very clear. Delays, confusion, and lack of accountability won't be tolerated. By giving a final extension instead of moving straight to trial, the court offers one last chance, but with strict expectations moving forward. Now the question is, was this the right decision? Or should the court have taken immediate action? Let me know what you think in the comments.